everyone. Thanks for rejoining us. And I am still feasting right here. And I am joined now with Desiree Soel, and she is a volunteer member with the Real Talk Youth Impact Program. Welcome to the studio.
Thank you for having me. I'm very excited to be here.
Great. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Desiree. How did you learn about the Real Talk Youth Impact Program? Why did you decide to join?
Yes, well, I learned about it. I was actually looking for a way to just change. I just felt like I just really was at a point in my life where I wanted to help someone else and impact someone else's life and really help to change someone else's life. And that's where I ran into the Real Talk program.
Okay. Well, describe what your life looked like before you met the program. What kind of decisions were you making? What kind of choices led to the program?
Yeah. Well, prior to the program, I would say I led if I would just say maybe a fear-based life, or a life that others wanted me to live, and others. I just always wanted to seek approval for someone else, and I just wanted this person to be proud of me, and I just didn't want to disappoint anybody. So I just made some not wise decisions, we'll say, and you know, because of that, that's when I said, you know what, it's time to change and start living for me, because a lot of times we live for other people, for their approval, for their just their love, and you have to first love you, and you have to live for you.
So, what was the mistake that you made that led to your legal problems?
Yeah, so my mistake was, you mean the actual incident itself? What was the?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So I was invited, just by a close friend, to take a trip to California. And so on my way back, I was going to bring I think it was about 5 pounds of weed, 5 pounds of marijuana back. So in between that, I got stopped. And so lo and behold, I actually had over 6.5 kilos of cocaine.
Okay. Now, I know you said that because of a lot of different circumstances, you had to stop doing what you were doing, but name that one specific incident when you realized, I need to turn my life around and start doing something more positive.
It was so many. I think the biggest one for me was when my son at the time, I think he was 6, and he said, "Mommy, you're not gonna leave us again, are you?" And then it was just like somebody just took a knife and just kind of just ripped it down my heart. And at that point, I just couldn't promise him that I wouldn't leave, or that this would never happen again. And then that was when I made the decision to never let this happen again.
Okay. What kind of advice would you give a youth that's experiencing some of that to kind of mentor them to go the other way?
Yeah.
And I know you're the sacrifice, so
Yeah.
other children don't have to go down that road.
Right.
So what is your message when you're talking to the children?
My message is this, especially a lot of the children resonate with me because we come from the same area. So that's why I say I was looking for love. I was looking for approval. I was seeking guidance from an authority, or for someone that I shouldn't have never been seeking it from in the first place. So I will say this, in life, when that situation happened, or when you go to jail, or when you make that mistake, there is no turning back. There is no friends then. There is no, those people that you thought had your back, or those people that you thought would just be down with you forever. They all, vamonos, they all disappear. That's you that stand before that judge, and that's you that stand with that lawyer. That's you that's catching that case. So even though we want to be cool, we still want to be in, we want to fit in, and it's just part of our environment. But if I can tell you this, one thing about it, you're not going to be 13 forever. There's going to come a day where you're going to be 30. You're not going to be 19 forever. There's going to come a day where you're going to be 45. But the choices that you make now, at 10, at 13, at 19, they're going to reflect the type of choices that you're able to make, or the type of choices you're not able to make at 45, at 35. Because who would have knew then that, hey, I'm going to need a job.
Right.
You know, I'm going to have to support a family here. You know, think about that when you're 13, when you 15, and when you out there and when you making it happen. Or like the kids say, when you getting money, you don't think about that then. But there is going to come a time in a situation where you're going to be the adult. You're going to be the parent. You're going to be the provider. And depending on the choices you make now, is going to have a huge either consequence or even pleasure. You know, it doesn't necessarily have to be a bad thing. It could be a good thing if you make the right choices. So that's what I would definitely want to leave
That's a
on
very
with.
good point.
Yeah.
Now, do you have any other expanded duties right now with the program?
Yes, I do. I help with the social media. I believe in being more hands-on, and a lot of the kids, they're snapping now, they're on Instagram, so definitely you guys follow us on Snapchat, follow us on Instagram, Real Talk NV, follow us on Facebook, make sure that you like the page, and you know, I'm just here to be hands-on and help in any way I can.
Okay. Well, outside of the program, what are you actively doing and what's positive in your life?
Yes, so I have a company. My business is called Transpireful Networks. So what I really do, I help people in transformation. So whether that's a youth or whether it's an adult, I really help them go from where they are now to where it is that they want to be or where it is that they seek to be. So I help people that's in transition. So whether if you want to go from an employee to an entrepreneur, whether you're looking to, some women are maybe going through a divorce. So how do I go from being married, you know, 10, 15 years to now being single?
Right.
So I really believe in helping people that's going through a transition. I help them to transform.
Where are you getting the people that you're working with?
I get them social media,
Okay,
believe it or
okay.
not. But I get a lot from social media. I also, like I said, I'm hands-on, so I'm out in the community. I believe in being in the community. I'm a product of the community. So I get a lot of people, a lot online, but a lot here locally as well.
Okay. And how long have you been associated with the program?
I want to say about a year now.
Okay,
Kind of
that's
off and on, but more steady.
That's a good period of time.
Yes.
What are some of the things that you're witnessing in the program with the youth?
I would say when we separate the parents from the kids, you get a whole different type of person. I think the kids are they're able to open up, they're able to be themselves, they're able to ask questions. Because you'll be surprised. Some of them, they so hard. Oh, honey, when they first come in there, they hard as nails. Oh, you can't tell them nothing. But by the time they talk to somebody that's like, look, been there, done that, and wrote the book, got the T-shirt, and signed it, autographed it, you know, they begin to kind of slow down and open up and say, well, maybe I can listen to you. Because that's one thing about the youth. If you got a silver spoon in your mouth, you're not going to be able to communicate with them. They don't even understand. We don't even speak the same language.
Exactly.
You know, but when I'm telling you, I've been there, I walk these same streets that you on, when I'm telling you that I know exactly what you're going through, I know what it's like to not have electricity. I know what it's like not to have gas. You know, I've been in those situations with a house that has no water. So it's not nothing you can't tell me.
Right.
And so when I come to them and I'm telling you I'm coming from a place of love because I care, then they're more receptive to hear, well, let me just see what she's saying, you know, because they know it all.
Right.
You know, they
Of
know
course
everything.
they do.
Yeah, they know everything.
Kids
They
know
they
everything
14.
today.
Yeah, they know everything. But after that, they're like, okay, she might be right. I'll listen to her. But then what's really changing for me is when a kid come 2 or 3 times, and then all of a sudden they'll pull you aside and say, what do you think about X, Y, Z? And you like, wow.
Right. They were listening.
They
You've
were
connected with them.
listening, right. Even when you think they're not, they were listening.
Good.
So that's a good moment for
Well,
me.
thank you for taking time out of your
Yes.
schedule to be here. I really appreciate it. We'll be working together, I'm sure, on
Yes,
the
we
media,
will.
social media side.
Yes.
So thanks again.
Yes, thank you
And
for
we will
having
have you
me.
back soon.
Thank you.
You're welcome.